Welcome to the Saturday preview show. I'm Kerry Pollock, joined here with Alan Ruff and Tam McManus. Adam, ever so kindly, Tam stood in for me last week. We had Lee McCulloch in your seat, and Ruffy, you steered the ship for us. How'd you get on in the quiz?
Yeah, I just lost in the last question. I was very competitive last week. Usually it's a 5-0 defeat.
Yep.
I was quite happy just to get beat 3-2.
Big jig, but not the brightest.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Coming in later on.
You've got a week on, Tam, so maybe getting it this week, right? Well, let's get into it then. The early game today is Motherwell and Celtic. Both have had the week off. No cup games for either side, but Motherwell unlucky to get nothing at Ibrox. Did you feel last weekend, Tam?
Yeah, I think they were. I think you've seen this decision late on in the game. There was a similar one, which we'll probably talk about. The other night against Livingston, it was a similar decision. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. They didn't get it, and I thought they were worthy of at least a point. I thought Rangers were poor on the night, but it's back-to-back defeats now for Motherwell. I know it's, the manager's coming out and saying they're playing well, they deserve more, but they've still got to start picking up points, and I don't think they're going to get in against Celtic.
They are making it a little bit difficult now for teams. What is it that Stuart Kettlewell's got them doing?
I just think they're hard working, they're organised, and I think that he's signed some good players as well. I think he's got a good blend of experience and youth, and young Lennon Miller as well. So I think they're a good side, but I think it's going to be 3 defeats in a row, which will probably be a bit of a crisis for Stuart, because he's done really well since he's been in there.
Indeed. Ruffy, Scott Bain will get his first start since May 2022. Joe Hart's faced a bit of criticism so far. Will Celtic fans be looking forward to seeing Bain in goals?
No, I don't think so. I think Main's coming in. He's not got many games under his belt. It's always a tough one coming in when you've been out so long and then you're pitched right in there. No, Joe Hart made a mistake. There's no doubt about that. But he held his hands up, and obviously it was my fault, which you can expect, because every goalkeeper's going to make mistakes. I think it'll be a nervous one for me.
Can you remember a game where you were thrown in unexpectedly?
No, I was always first choice.
It's always first choice.
Ask me that, Kerry, please.
I won't ask you that. Right, scores, what are we going for? Be nice today, we'll be nice. What are you going for?
I'm Celtic 2-0.
Celtic 2-0?
3-0 Celtic.
3-0 Celtic, right then. Rangers face Aberdeen at Ibrox. Rangers fans been too harsh on Michael Beale, Tam? 4 clean sheets.
Yes, I think if you can look at results, purely results, I think possibly. I think if you look at performances, not been great. This is a bit tough test for them, and I'm going to go for a wee upset here.
Right.
I'm going to go for a draw. I think Aberdeen can go and get a draw. I think Aberdeen now are starting to click. I think they've picked up 2 great results against Ross County. I think they'll go to Ibrox buoyant, confidence, and I think this is a really tough game for Rangers. So I'm going to go for goals. I'm going to go for 2 each. I think Aberdeen can pick a point up at Ibrox.
2 each, right, okay. Well, here's your question then. Beale said after the Motherwell game he was unhappy from the first minute. Can you remember a game where you went in at half-time or full-time and just thought, he's coming for me here?
Yes, I can remember Bobby Wilmson at Hibs. I signed a boot deal with Nike at this point, and they gave me these new... I was flying at the time, I was doing well, scoring goals with old Perumbro boots, black boots.
Okay.
And Nike said, you can wear them, the silver ones, and I was rotten, I was hopeless. I was blasting balls out of the bar and everything. I come in at half time, Bobby Wilmson says, you've got 5 minutes to get the boots off your feet. I don't care how much they're paying you, they're coming off. I took them off, put my old boots on, and then he hooked me after 5 minutes anyway. So it was nothing to do with the boots.
Was it the boots then?
I think sometimes you get a sense of a game and you start poorly. It's difficult. I think as a player you've got to start well in any sport, and if you don't, you're up against it.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Aberdeen, Ruffy, through to the semi-finals, but seem to be struggling in the league. Just 1 win in 6. What's going on there?
Yeah, but they'll be encouraged by that win. Semi-final. These clubs that are in the semi-final should be in the semi-finals. They're the sort of top teams. But I said last week that we're not far away for Rangers getting a big score. I was just 3 days too early.
Yes.
With them beating Livingston. So I think they're creating so many chances. I know the manager's saying, we're only playing well for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. But the chances they're creating, and every opposition they're playing now, the opposition goalkeeper's a star man. So they're doing something right. It's just not clicking at the right time. I think they'll be too strong for Aberdeen. I'm going to go Rangers to win 2-0. 2-0
and 2 each then, right? Hibs and Dundee. A new manager, Nick Montgomery. You liking what you're seeing?
Yes, I was a bit obviously sceptical of him coming in from Australia. He's a bit inexperienced, but he started well. 4 points out of 6 in the league, beat St Mirren in the League Cup during the week. I think he's dropped into a good run of games, to be honest. I think he couldn't have asked for a kind of better run. 3 home games coming up before they play Hearts away from home. So I can only see a home win here. I think that they're scoring goals at the minute, Hibs. They're still struggling to keep clean sheets. I think Dundee could possibly score, but I think Hibs have got far too much firepower. They've got 4 or 5 forwards up there at the minute. that can all score goals, all playing with confidence, and I think they'll be too strong. So I'm going to go for 3-1 to Hibs.
3-1 Hibs. Well, it was Zach Rudden that got the last minute equaliser against Kelly last weekend. With results like that, is that the ones they'll look back on, do you think, Ruffy, and think that was an important point?
Yeah, they've got to pick up the points at home. Home is where they're going to be surviving. Away from home, I don't see them picking up many points. I think Hibs, as Tam was saying, are scoring goals now, the confidence there, the fans are getting right behind the manager and the players, so I think it's only one-way traffic for me this week, and I'm going to go Hibs to win 2-0.
2-0, right,
You've just gone 2-0 every game, aye?
Have I went 2-0?
You've went 2-0 every game.
Oh, well, that's why I'm sitting up top of the league. You have to look at the league.
That's right.
Because I was on holiday and I never get a signal.
That's not Ruffy's fault. Right, come on.
I managed to post mine during the earthquake.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's your excuse. Right then, Kilmarnock and St Mirren. Kelly, they've not been the luckiest team, Tam. A few red cards, decisions gone against them. Did you some positivity this week?
Possibly. I think that it's obviously a big game for both. I think Kilmarnock are on a wee bit of a bad run at the minute. St Mirren lost their first game in a long time. This first game this season, I think they've lost. So it's how they bounce back from that as well. Hard to split them here. I think I'm sitting in the fair. I know what Ruffy's going to go for. I absolutely know what he's going to go for, right? And I'm going to go for the same. If he changes it, he's a liar. I'm going to go for 1-1.
1-1, right, okay, Ruffy. St Mirren, a good fight against Hibs the other night, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I've said all along that St Mirren have had a great season, but it's going to go sometime. I think that 4-2 will be a wee sort of a catch up for them. So I think it's going to be one each.
Kerry!
Are you going to go for one each?
One each across the board. That brings us to St Johnstone, Livingston. Even Sean Kelly believes it won't be an exciting game for the neutral.
Who's going to that for PLZ?
What we thinking
double
there?
time. I'm not going to waste too much time on this. Two teams that are struggling at the minute. Two teams that will probably be bottom 2 or bottom 3, and I'm going to go for 0-0.
0-0. Well,
I'm going to stick my neck out here. I'm going to stick my neck out. I think the midweek game for St Mirren would set them back a wee bit. St Johnston's they've got to win a game.
Making results up.
They've got to win a game.
Do you know who's playing?
St Johnstone.
Against?
Who are they playing? Livingston.
You listening?
I'm just focused on the score.
Yes,
I'm focused on the score.
End result, right.
St Johnstone will beat them 2-1.
Oh, goal
for
fest.
goals.
Right, finally, Ross County against Hearts. Did the cup result alleviate some pressure from Stephen Naismith, do you think?
Yes, because I've got a very, very hard run of games coming up. They've got Celtic and Rangers and Hibs coming up. So I think it took a little bit of pressure off him. Big result. Alex Lowry, a boy I know well, coached at Braidhurst for a number of years. He's got that in the locker. He's got great ability. He's got to do it all the time, but he's got to be more consistent. Ross County back-to-back defeats against Aberdeen. I'm going to go for Hearts to nick this 1-0. Hearts
1-0. Ross County, is it a good time for them to have a go at Hearts, especially at Dingwall, Ruffy?
No, no, with Hearts getting that win and Hearts getting to the semi-final. I just think that Ross County have had their chance, up there. It's always difficult to win. So I'm a wee bit like Tam. I think Hearts will nick this one, possibly 2-1.
2-1, right, okay then. Are we ready? Got your knowledge ready to go for the quiz?
What time are you in it today, Ruffy?
It's late today.
Right.
He was late today. No one's looked, right?
So I was getting threatened if I wasn't in time, but she was going to show you the answers.
Number 1. Who was sent off during Ross County and Aberdeen's League Cup quarter?
I think I got that, Ruffy.
That was a tie.
Right, okay.
1 each, right, okay. Let me finish the question, remember.
Exactly,
right.
yeah.
You just shout
Right,
it.
so we shout
If you shout it, you don't get it right here.
Okay, we're making up the rules now, right, okay. How many goals have been scored in the Premiership season so far?
89.
What's your guess? Closest guess.
Right, now if he gets 89, he's cheated.
Closest guess,
There's
right.
no way you're getting that.
I'm just shouting out a number.
Closest number.
75.
87.
Just shouting it out.
2-1 Ruffy, right, okay. Rangers signed Cyril Dessers from which Italian side?
Cremonese.
Correct.
That was
2
a
each.
good, that's a good job. Yeah.
2 each.
That's the final.
No, they've got 2 to go.
You drew the first one.
So did.
Right, the last time Scott Bain was in goals for Celtic was against Hibs May last season. What was the scoreline?
2 each.
Wrong.
Wasn't he?
What was the scoreline?
4-2.
4-2 to Hibs.
So it was.
Yep.
I feel a win.
That's the decider.
Yeah.
That's the decider.
I feel a win.
That's the decider.
Feel a win.
There's no tiebreaker. Right,
a
this
win.
is it. What animal appears on Kilmarnock's club?
Squirrel! I got that one. I got that one. I got that one.
No, that's a tie.
Tie's no good to you.
You
That's a tie. I'm not giving him it. Just because he's got an MB, I've got to give him it. No, you're not getting it.
I think we need to play that back. We need to,
We'll need to double check the times and we'll get the result next week, right?
Check the first one or not, because I was definitely in before you, the first one.
Right, okay. Well, we'll be back next week with some more Premiership action. Adam Binney will be back in the hot seat. We'll see you then.